Greetings, everyone. It is Joey of the Superhero Fan Show.
And I'm back again, guys. It's Owen.
Yeah, and Owen and I are going to be talking some Comic-Con news today.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is we're actually going to do two videos. One is going to be a Marvel discussion, which is what this one is going to be. And the second Comic-Con thing is going to be about all the DC news.
Right.
Yeah, there were some other stuff that's cool, but I don't feel like I have enough to say about anything, so...
Yeah, me neither, honestly.
Yeah, so we're just going to kind of stick to these two things. So right now... Marvel stuff. Do we want to start with the Thor trailer?
Dude, heck yeah.
Yeah. So they showed off a new trailer at Comic-Con that came up, that was posted online immediately after the panel. And by now I'm sure everybody's seen it, but if not, go out and check it out because, my God, that trailer was amazing.
Oh my God, it was...
I think what they're doing with this...
handle it.
Yeah, right? I feel like what they're doing with this Thor movie is just really great. And I'm seeing a lot of things that in our predictions video that I was like, I'm excited for this, I'm excited for this. And we're starting to see a lot more of that in this. And it's so cool. Can I just say that my favorite thing by far is that Hulk is talking.
Yes.
That's
Yes. I'm so happy about that.
That's my favorite thing. Hulk like raging fire. That's so cool because that's what I've wanted for so long.
Yeah.
It's just Hulk doing like the baby talk type thing.
Yeah.
And here he is.
It makes me so happy because it's
so
like
cool.
It's sort of like, you know, the Hulk kind of attaining Bruce's intelligence, you know, over time. But like,
well, what the director said has happened is that since Age of Ultron, he has not changed into Banner. He has repressed that and been able to make himself stay the Hulk, and so Hulk can now speak because of that.
Right, so he's learning. Basically.
Yeah, so it's Hulk is he's a very slow child who needs to learn how to speak over the course of 5 or so years, but you know, that's all right.
Hey, man. Takes children a while to speak too.
I mean, yeah, but like, okay. You're right.
He did say smoldering.
Collective time of him, you know, being in Hulk form probably totals about the amount of time that it should take him to talk. You're right.
He did say smoldering, and that's a very high.
That's a big boy word.
Yeah,
that's a big boy word.
I'm proud of you, Hulk.
I'm proud of him. Hopefully he can ace that on the next spelling test.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. But man, everything in that trailer, we saw a lot more of Hela.
Oh yeah.
I was really surprised that she was wearing her
headdress,
like the famous helmet thing. Through most of it, because I kind of got the vibe with the first trailer that like we see like 2 shots of her and I'm like, okay, this is like flashback stuff, and then we see a couple things of her with her hair down. I'm like, all right, so this is that. But what I think now is her with the headdress is her at full power. Or something, perhaps?
It could be representation of that.
Yeah.
The headdress isn't really, it's not really like clothing. If you look at it, like a lot of the time it's moving in the it's like it's not obviously moving, but like there's like certain shots where if you like look at the different like still pictures of it, you can see like where the spikes are like more like closed in, or they're like really wide apart. Like the part where she's like standing above like all the like falling Asgardians.
Yeah.
It's like super wide because she's like, you know, like haha, I'm victorious, you know, that type of thing. And then there's like certain parts where she's like more like focused on a certain thing, and the thing's just kind of closed in. And it's like it's actually a very interesting like aspect of her character.
That's kind of
like,
cool.
It is really cool actually.
I like that. I wonder how they're gonna toy with that in the movie, if at all, if they even like address it, or if it's just a scene to scene, it's slightly different angled, you know?
Yeah. Which
that could be the case, but you never know. This trailer just did a really good job of like selling the movie.
It was so
I think it's so cool that we see, like we speculated that Loki would be working with Thor and everybody.
Yeah, and then
we see that.
And we saw proof, yeah.
So yeah. And there's, you know, I feel like they're showing us enough, but they're not showing us enough for us to know everything that's going on. Like I love the one shot at the very end of Hulk jumping at Surtur. Which is great, because I said I wanted to see Hulk fight Surtur. I wanted to see that happen. And who they got for the voice of Surtur is utterly perfect. Mother frickin' Clancy Brown.
AKA Mr. Krabs.
Goddamn Mr. Krabs. Boo boo bop. Yes, that guy.
Perfect.
He's great. No, he is. He was Lex Luthor in the DC animated stuff. Dr. Cortex and Crash Bandicoot, the original voice anyway. And he was also in Daredevil season 2. If you remember, he was actually the Punisher's like military dude, and he wound up being a bad dude, and Frank wound up killing him.
Oh, yeah.
That was him.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
he now has, just like Alfre Woodard, has 2 roles in the MCU.
That's cool.
Alfre Woodard, if you're not aware, was Black Mariah in Luke Cage, and she was also the woman who torments Tony at the beginning of Civil War with, "Hey, my son died. It's your fault. You suck."
Oh.
So
I never noticed that, actually.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And with this one, it's a lot less noticeable because it'll just be his voice. But he's got a great voice for Surtur. I think it'll be great.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what they do with
Yeah.
that, because it's obviously going to be, like, altered a lot,
Right.
you know, for the role, but...
I mean, just look at him in the trailer.
Right?
Jesus, man.
Oh, that's
cool.
It looks so good.
It does look cool. I remember when the Funko Pop came out, and it was like he looked like a black skeleton on fire. And I'm like, this is weird. I don't know if it's gonna look quite like that in the movie, and kinda, because you could see like an
He's
out.
more like smoldering, though.
Yeah.
He's like
I think it's a good.
He's a lot more fire.
Right. I think it looks great on film,
Dude,
and I'm excited to see what they do with it.
It's gonna be so.
I feel like
I'm excited what the whole of Muspelheim's gonna look like.
Yeah.
'Cause if that's what Surtur looks like. What's the rest?
Because
of
if I'm
Muspelheim
not
gonna look
mistaken, you see it for a second in one of the bubbles in the Dark World when they're doing like the reality jumping.
like? Yeah, it's just kind of like volcano.
Yeah,
type
you
thing,
could
isn't
just see. I don't think they go to it, but you see it in one of the
Yeah.
portals. So there was that. But yeah, the trailer did a great job of hyping me up, and I think the relationship between Banner and Thor is great. I love the whole like,
Yeah.
oh, we had a fight. Oh, did I win? No, I won easily. Huh, that doesn't sound right.
That
That's
doesn't
great.
sound right.
And what the director said in an interview recently, which has a couple people worried, but I think it could work well. He says that like 80% of the dialogue was improvised, and
Dude, yes.
I bet you
know
most of the Thor Hulk stuff is improvised, but that's so cool because they had this like fun little rivalry in the first
Honestly,
Avengers, and that
yeah.
they're building on that is so awesome to
Right.
me. I love it.
And like I'm not worried about the improv at all.
No.
Because
First
they've been
Iron Man
playing
movie.
they've been playing their characters
That's true.
for such a long time. They're
Right.
like basically them, you know.
Yeah, and I like the idea of making Thor a more fun character. I think that's a really smart choice. Like, I mean, not to say that obviously he won't be going through some serious ordeals in the movie,
Yeah.
but that he has a lot of humor to
He's
himself
taking
as
a lot
well.
of human characteristics.
Yeah, exactly. It makes him more human, more relatable, and I think I think this movie is going to push people's love for Thor up even higher.
Right. Can we talk about Thor with like towards the end?
Yeah,
like,
with all the
blue
lightning.
in it.
That was so cool because that was the thing. I remember there were some cool posters of that, like him holding the hammer and the lightning like swirling around him and stuff. I'm like, why haven't we seen crap like that? Why don't we see him shoot lightning at people in these movies?
Right.
I mean, so I think he does that a couple times in the first Avengers movie, but still, we got to see him do that more, and that looked so cool.
That was
I was like,
awesome.
this is really cool.
So, I have a couple ideas on what that is.
Okay.
The main theory going around right now, I would say,
Mm-hmm.
is that he picked up the last gem, the soul gem?
Soul Gem?
Soul gem.
Oh, it could be.
And he's using it then. Like
That would make sense, unless they're going to introduce the Soul Gem in Infinity War. I don't know where else they would put it, but here.
yeah.
Panther maybe, but I kind of doubt it.
I could see it in Panther. But that's a whole different topic.
Right.
But a lot of people think that the soul gem was in Thor's hammer.
Yeah, a lot of people speculated that.
Yeah, a lot of people have speculated that, and it goes with the whole Thanos anagram.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. That's why people thought it was either him or Heimdall maybe had it.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
Heimdall has like the orangish eyes.
Which would be interesting. But there's also this one theory I read was that the soul gem is split into 2 pieces.
Oh.
That's because on the Infinity Gauntlet, it's got the biggest like spot on the palm or on the back of his hand.
Yeah, on the back of his hand.
Yeah, it's got the biggest spot. It's like 3 times the size of any of the other gems. And a lot of people think it's speculate that it's split in half between Heimdall and the hammer. So.
Oh, that's cool. And it would still and that would still fit with every thing that has a gem in it has to start with the letters that form Thanos' name.
Yep.
Which is really funny if like that's what we find out, because would have to be H. You know, I'd be so mad. That would make me so mad if like everything else fit, and then whatever has the soul gem just doesn't start with H.
It'd be funny because
That would make me so mad.
I'd laugh so hard because it'd be like Marvel being, ha ha, you thought.
So you thought we were doing this? Oh, that's funny. I wonder if that plays into anything at all. Like, if that's purposeful.
Maybe.
Like,
possibly.
if they'll explain, like, that it was that for a reason in the movies. I kind of doubt it. I think it's like a throwaway thing.
Yeah.
But the lightning thing was cool.
Personally, I hope that it is not Thor holding the gem.
Okay. You think I hope it's just him like at full power now too.
I hope it is the Thor Force.
Oh.
I hope that it is Odin. After Odin gave Thor the Odin Force, it became the Thor Force. And so now we see
that's cool.
Thor Force.
That's cool. I would love
Thor.
that. That would be really cool.
Ooh,
yeah, nice.
We could finally have nobody at the moment. Nobody can stand toe to toe with how Thanos is gonna be. No, he's just gonna whop, smack him. You know, Tony's gonna end up in New York.
It's my favorite video I saw online. Was the caption was Avengers Infinity War footage leaked, and it was, I don't know what, it was from some comedy movie or whatever, and it was this guy at a barbecue going around smacking like everybody at the family, and they pasted Thanos' head onto the guy, and all the Marvel heroes. I don't know if you've seen this or not.
I've seen, I know what you're talking about.
It's so funny, and it's just like everyone's just coming up and he's just smacking everybody. It's like, yeah, that's pretty much how it'll go.
The cops running up and he smacks them too. That is so funny.
Oh man, but Thor looks great.
But Thor,
I love the trailer. That would be cool.
Thor Force Thor. That would be finally someone who could actually, get slapped by Thanos and maybe possibly slap him back.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm looking forward to everything. I think Thor is probably my most anticipated movie right now.
Heck yeah.
Other
than Infinity War.
Right. I mean, at least of like what's coming within a year of now. Well, Infinity War technically is because May. But within this year.
Yeah,
I will say
2017.
So yeah, take that, Justice League. Anyway, I think I've said my piece with Thor. I don't know if you have anything else about the trailer specifically to bring up, or should we move on?
Personally, no. I think we said enough about it. There's tons more discussion to cover.
Since we mentioned Black Panther, I know it wasn't on the list of things that I said to talk about. But they did show a little bit of footage. We didn't get any of it. But I've been hearing good things about it, so I'm just going to say I'm looking forward to Black Panther. Same thing for Infinity War. We're not going to talk about the leaked footage. But, you're right. There wasn't a leaked footage. But if there was, it was freaking awesome.
Yeah, if there was a leaked footage, that made me, so great.
I know,
Just imagining what it would be like.
Yeah, just imagining based on all the descriptions and the possible blurry images that might have existed.
Yeah, and the one someone's head in the frame, obviously.
Move! I'm sorry. So let's move on to, I guess, Ant-Man, because I think they opened the San Diego panel with the Ant-Man news. Now, what I heard that they opened with was utterly brilliant. I'm assuming you saw Ant-Man, right? Did you see the first Ant-Man movie?
Yes, I saw.
Okay. You remember Luis? His character always recapped things, and it was always like showing footage, and he was talking as them and stuff. That was like the running gag. Apparently, the way they opened the San Diego Comic-Con thing was he was recapping all of the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
That's funny.
I want to see that released on YouTube or something, because that sounds amazing. And apparently, the end of it, they go over. They stop on him and Paul Rudd, and they're talking to Hope Van Dyne and her mother, and they reveal it's Michelle Pfeiffer playing Janet Van Dyne, the original Wasp.
That's so cool. I'm so excited for Janet Van Dyne.
The Wasp. Yeah. Dude, Michelle Pfeiffer, man.
Yeah.
We got, you know what? We got Batman as the Vulture. We got Catwoman as the Wasp. Now we need to get Danny DeVito in somewhere. Doc Ock, I don't know, whatever.
Awesome.
J. Jonah Jameson. A fat J. Jonah Jameson.
That'd be funny.
That'd be. I would kind of like that, actually. Maybe, I don't know. I could go for it.
I guess.
Just because it's Danny DeVito, he's great.
Wasp, actually, I gotta say, Wasp is one of my favorite Avengers. Yeah. Simply because, she, I liked her a lot in the Earth's Mightiest Heroes cartoon. I like that cartoon. Just because she's one of those characters, Thanos doesn't even need to smack her or flick her and she's dead, right?
I mean, well, yeah. But she's got the pew-pews.
Yeah, but
she
yeah, sometimes.
Okay, you go ahead.
But she's so depowered and arguably the weakest Avenger, arguably.
Yeah.
But she always doesn't matter what, she like always throws herself in the line of fire.
Right,
you know?
yeah.
She's one of the most courageous heroes out there, simply because she like the lack of her power, you know? And she knows like, okay, I could die at any moment. Like all it takes is somebody stepping on me.
Right.
And she's beyond, but she's always throwing
it
herself
adds
in
to
the
her
line of
character
fire.
for sure. And
Yeah.
I think Michelle Pfeiffer can play like the classic like spunkiness that we all kind of know Janet for. And I think it's cool that the movie is called Ant-Man and the Wasp, and we get this idea because I know we're gonna get flashbacks of Michael Douglas and Michelle Pfeiffer as the original Ant-Man and Wasp, along with Scott and Hope being the new Ant-Man and Wasp.
Right, yeah.
I think I think this would be a cool legacy movie. Just 'cause the first Ant-Man was kind of cool. I love the scenes where they show classic Ant-Man in that, and they were very brief, but I liked them a lot. I would love to see more. I would love to see that factor into the plot of what's going on.
That would be very interesting.
Something else they also revealed was that the Ghost, usually an Iron Man villain, would be the main. I believe. I don't know if they said main villain, but would be a villain in this movie. And I forget the actress who's playing her. I said actress because they're gender bending it. It's going to be a female Ghost.
That's cool.
Which is interesting. But the Ghost was a character that I always thought was cool because his suit could like make him face through walls. He was like a spy type thing. And I think that fits with the Ant-Man vibe because they seem to be kind of heist spy type things.
Yeah, I don't know why, but the look of like the look of Ghost really appeals to me.
I do like the original design too. There's a newer design that looks kind of weird. I think.
Yeah,
I do like the original.
The original design. Just because like. It's so like simple. It's just a white costume, and like it's even got like a mask.
And I hope they keep it kind of like that.
Yeah, I hope it is much more simple.
And that makes me wonder like about the Iron Man villain thing, because Ant-Man doesn't have a whole huge list of rogues that he can choose from. I mean, you could throw an Egghead, but like who would care? And people have argued, yeah, you could just make MODOK an Ant-Man villain. So okay, sure, I guess, why not? But I think this is fine, especially because we get the idea that there probably won't be any more Iron Man movies. Maybe one more if we're lucky. So the kind of villains that he has are probably going to be relegated elsewhere. Because I know we already have Blizzard and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Yeah. Blizzard, I always liked Blizzard because he was cool. Literally cool. Yeah. But the Ghost is a cool character. I'm excited for that. And I just like the vibe of everything. And Michelle Pfeiffer's brilliant casting.
Yeah, I definitely agree with Michelle Pfeiffer.
She's so great. And in fact, they asked...
When is Marvel ever wrong with their casting, though? Let's be honest.
You're right. And I remember they asked the actress who played Hope when the movie was first coming out, who do you want to play your mother? She said Michelle Pfeiffer.
Really?
And she got it, yeah.
That's
I
cool.
remember Michael Douglas was apparently pushing for his wife to be the original Janet, but I think this is better. I think it's a good choice. I'm very excited. I think it's great. We would be remiss to not bring up the fact that Lawrence Fishburne is the first actor to be in the DCEU and the MCU at the same time, because they announced him to be Bill Foster, Goliath, in this movie.
You'd think like Warner Bros. And Disney would like have a tug of war over him.
See, what's funny is that news came out a couple days before this announcement that Marvel like forbids their actor, like it's illegal for their actors to take a role in a DC movie.
That's funny.
And so they took someone from DC and they're just in Marvel now. It's like, well, okay.
I guess not.
Are we not going to see Perry White in these movies anymore in the DC stuff now because of this? Because now it's illegal for him to do it?
Oh, God.
Or are they okay with it because he was already in it? I don't know. But I think it's cool the Goliath, or that Bill Foster anyway, will be in it. I kind of doubt he'll be Goliath in it, but I think he might be responsible for making Ant-Man into Giant Man.
Yeah,
I think he's the person who helped do that in Civil War. With the tech and stuff.
Think so?
Probably,
yeah.
I think so. I think that's where they'll go with it. But yeah, I like all that stuff. I don't know if you have anything else to say about Ant-Man anymore.
Not too much. I'm not really too... And my knowledge is very limited about Ant-Man.
I think the first film was a real fun ride, and I think this could be even better. I'm just excited about Michelle Pfeiffer.
Heck yeah.
Like, hardcore excited about that.
Right.
So moving right along then to our next piece of news, which I think, to me, is the best thing. This just became my most anticipated movie that's not coming in the next year, and that's the Captain Marvel news.
Yeah.
Because oh my god, first of all, Brie Larson's a great actress.
Heck yeah.
She's so good for this role, and they showed concept art We know what the costume's gonna look like,
Right.
and it's exactly what we were hoping for. It looks wonderful.
We know what the scrolls are gonna look like.
They dropped the biggest bombshell where they're like, "Hey, Captain Marvel, it's set in the 1990s. By the way, we're doing the Kree Skrull War. Here's what the Skrulls look like." I was like, "Oh my God, you're doing Skrulls?"
Right in the night.
What?
In the past?
I know, it's so cool.
What?
You know what? I'm excited.
Like, do you think
As like someone who was born in the late 90s and so the 90s culture kind of carried into mid 2000s, so I kind of grew up with the 90s culture. I'm excited to see what they do with that. I bet there'll be so many great jokes with that.
Do you think? Oh my God!
Like that would be so much fun.
It's such a setup for like the Skrull invasion, maybe.
I want the secret invasion to happen in the future. I bet you that's a post-credit scene where we see one of them like takes over a character or something, and then they're like a modern day character who's still around or something, and we're like, oh my God, have they been a Skrull the whole time?
Right.
Or that'll be
crazy.
or that'll be an Infinity War stinger or something.
I think so.
Another thing that they said was that Sam Jackson was going to be a co-star, like a main character in this movie.
Yeah.
And so it was young Nick Fury before he has his eye. I bet you we see his eye get taken out in this movie. Because why would you do this without that? I bet you that happens here.
He's going to lose an eye.
His best bud's going to be like, "Psych, bitch, I was a Skrull."
Oh God.
And then like
just
scratch
stab him.
And then
like take a butter knife and just scoop his eye out.
Or something. Well, because he's got like 3 claw marks or something. It looks like
he does
like
have
a couple of claw marks. So like,
oh yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see Nick Fury lose his eye.
Yeah, and I'm excited. The Kree Skrull stuff. That's so cool.
That is, honestly.
I'm excited. I think there's a good chance we see Marvel, the original Captain Marvel, kind of handing it over to Carol.
For sure.
And a lot
maybe
of people
like
wonder,
we can have like a Green Lantern type thing where
I think it will be very Green Lantern-y.
Yeah,
I think so.
He dies and he's like, "Here, be gone."
I think we get a good chunk of the movie in space. I think we get a good chunk in space. And you know what? I know people have wondered because they're like, well, how do you explain she's Captain Marvel in the 90s and no one ever talks to her? Duh, she just goes off into space and does whatever for however amount of time. And enough for her to come back in either Infinity War or Avengers 4.
She's she's a very cosmic character.
Yeah,
she joins the Avengers.
I could see them like definitely just taking them up to space. And there's been people saying they might do Sword, which was the space version of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah.
Which could be possible. I think it's cool because I bet you we get Nick Fury as like just a regular agent before he's even like the director or like in charge of anything.
That'd be cool.
Do you think? I don't know if they'll do this. Do you think we get young Coulson? I don't think we do. I would love it. I would love it, but I doubt they'd do it.
And maybe as a little like I don't know hint like here. Like,
there might be like a little he gets one scene where he shows up for a second and everyone's like, "Oh hey, it's Coulson. You're my bro." And he's like, "Bye. I gotta die in like 20 years," but then come back in a month after that for TV, and then no one in the Marvel universe will ever know that I'm alive.
Stop.
I'm sorry. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. bothers me because it should have been a prequel about him instead of... Okay, anyway. But Coulson's great. I'd love to see him in another movie. And I think that if they're going to do it, they're going to do it there. Because I doubt they'd tie in the lore of the show and into everything again. Well, for a gag in this, it would be the only thing I think they would do it for. Not like a main character.
Like, oh my God, that dude died in a movie I saw.
Like Yinsen at the beginning of Iron Man 3.
Yeah.
Where he mentions in the first Iron Man, he's like, "We met at a party once, but you kind of were drunk and didn't remember me." And so he was there. In the beginning of that Iron Man 3. I was like, "Oh, that's funny. Oh, that's fun. That's clever." I think we could do something like that. But Captain freaking Marvel. I'm excited. And God, with Wonder Woman being as wonderful as it was, female-led superhero movies. Let's get more of them, man.
Heck yeah.
Let's get Black Widow finally, please.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I don't know where they go for that, but
I want to see
maybe a Scarlet Witch. Who knows?
Oh, okay, yeah. But I was so excited. The Skrull thing just got me so excited because I remember being like, I was like, I thought that was a Fantastic Four thing. I thought they couldn't do it. That's awesome. I mean, well, apparently they can't do the Super Skrull. Which makes sense because he has the Fantastic Four's powers. So like they can't do like specific Skrull characters, but they can have these Skrulls. Yeah. So it's like, okay, that's fine. Plus they look awesome.
Smart move, Marvel.
When I saw the pictures, I was so excited. The chin and the elf ears and the purple.
They look so good.
They look good. Like they look exactly like from the comics, but like updated enough but it's still the same thing. But it still looks the same.
Dude.
It's so good.
Do we have any idea what the Kree are gonna look like?
I think they showed a little bit. I don't know. Okay, here's another question. Do you think we see Ronan from the first Guardians? Because he was of the Kree. Do you think
he's the thing about Ronan is he's a rogue character. He leaves the Kree.
Because you don't see him with like any Kree in that movie.
Yeah, his name is Ronan the Accuser. I'm pretty sure his backstory goes along the lines of he like thought he was in the military for the Kree and thought that their methods weren't violent enough. You know, they weren't like warlike enough for him. So he left with his own division, basically.
Gotcha.
And became his own leader.
Do you think we see
something
that?
Along the lines of that?
We could see that, like
Possibly.
young Ronan, or I don't know. See, I don't know how prequel-y they're gonna make this. If they introduce like Coulson or Ronan or whatever, they could do it. I feel like that'd be fine if they did something like that. And it would still be. I feel like it would still be standalone enough to not be like.
I think he. I think he did. I'm not sure. I'm having like faint ideas of like where he can. I remember reading Ronan about Ronan from like a while ago. Yeah. And I do believe he left during this Korean Scroll War. You know, considering that's going on throughout the entirety of the Marvel freaking universe. You know? But I'm pretty sure he does leave because of that war. And then he becomes like rogue, like I said again.
Gotcha.
So we
could see something like that.
Him, but
yeah. I don't know if they'd make him a main character or really draw too much attention to him.
I don't think that. That's where I'm kind of dragging up because there's no way they're gonna bring up Ronan the Accuser without like making him like more of a character. But he's like, I don't think they could really tease that, honestly.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't think they could tease that.
I'm just so excited. Everything. Dude. The 90s thing was a cool twist, and I like that. Right? That for whatever reason, that just makes me so much more excited for this. Right. Just because it's like, oh yeah, I kind of know what that was like when I was growing up.
Yeah, it kind of feels like almost a Captain Universe style type thing, because he left in, what was it, the 60s? He was like brought up like in the future, but he was like a character that was supposedly existed in the past, and then, like he was like a historical character. And then
I don't know much about that character.
Yeah. But. He does. I believe he's the one who gives Spider-Man his cosmic armor.
Yeah, the cosmic Spider-Man stuff. That was the Captain Universe stuff. Yeah, that I knew, but I didn't know anything about like Captain Universe himself, though.
Yeah, I think that they might pull something like that with Captain Marvel. Yeah, because like,
see, what I think is cool about this is it can be in space, and I can imagine this being a totally different vibe from the Guardians movies, just because it's a war.
Right, yeah.
This is a war that's going on between these two alien factions. Right. And that's so kick-ass.
Hell yeah.
That's so cool. And you know what? It kind of reminds me like Star Wars. And the thing that I remember people saying about like the prequel Star Wars movies, like the reason people went and saw them was like, well, there's nothing else like Star Wars. Yeah. This could be the thing that is kind of like Star Wars.
That's true.
Right?
Yeah.
And I think it'll be very Star Wars-y, you know?
Yeah, I hope so. Definitely.
I'm gotta say, so pumped for this movie.
Dude, it's gonna be awesome.
So do you have anything else to say about Captain Marvel before we move on to our last thing?
Personally, no. Like, I mean, there is one thing. I'm a little bit... like, the time lapse that goes on between, like, the 90s and
current day. Yeah, I've heard people speculate that she's, like, either kept in stasis or, like, some weird reality space travel thing keeps her from aging. Yeah. Which I think that's probably what they're gonna do.
Or it could just be part of her powers, honestly.
Maybe. That's true.
Like,
oh, yeah, because isn't, like, the binary thing a thing where she gets ultra powerful, and isn't that, like, a thing where she, like, can rejuvenate herself or something?
I have no idea, honestly.
I don't know much about that either, but I heard binary come up when people were like, oh, yeah, that'll keep her young if she gets her binary powers. It's like, okay.
I guess.
I don't know much about that, but I think this is gonna be a really good movie.
It's gonna be. I'm excited.
I am too, very much so. So if we don't have anything else to say, I think we're gonna move on to our last kind of bit of comic book news regarding like Marvel's. Actually, no. I'm sorry. There is another thing before we get into this. Two more things. Defenders. There was a new trailer that dropped.
Yeah.
I thought it was good. It did. I feel like it didn't show us a whole lot that we didn't really already know from other trailers and stuff.
It showed Elektra!
Yeah. Well, I don't remember if we got a tease of that in the last one or not.
That could have been such a huge bomb. I'm so mad that they dropped that in the trailer.
I guess. Well, here's the thing. Apparently, from what I've heard, reviewers have access to the first 4 episodes of the 8-episode series, and I think I read somewhere that everything in the trailers comes from those first 4 episodes. Okay. So, like, they don't show anything that's beyond that, and that there's probably twists and turns later on. Okay. So I don't think they're spoiling us with anything. I do like the dynamic between some of these characters. I feel like we're not seeing enough of it in the trailer, but that's fine, because that's what the show is for.
I mean, they each have their own seasons.
Right. Yeah. Of, like, what their deal is. Yeah. But I want to see them interact with each other more. Granted, we saw Luke and Jessica, you know, banging hardcore, breaking the bed. That was a very interesting scene. I remember.
Maybe we'll see that between Iron Fist and Daredevil.
Yeah, maybe Iron Fist and Daredevil are gonna fuck so hard that you know, the beds are gonna break. That'd be great. Just like that show. That'd be great. Anyway, no. Funny story about the Jessica Jones and Luke Cage sex scene thing. I didn't know that this was a thing in the early seasons, and I was watching it on my TV in my living room, and my grandma was walking in like right when that was happening, and I was like, "Hi, Grandma, how are you?" And yeah, it's a very interesting time. But anyway,
no comment.
Yeah, that's fine. I just want to see more of the characters, especially Iron Fist and Luke Cage.
Yeah.
Because they do the Heroes for Hire thing, and I kind of almost want that to be what Iron Fist Season 2 is.
Yeah.
I kind of just throw Luke Cage in there, man.
Why not?
I want more Luke Cage.
Why not? They already know each other.
Him.
Like, they shook hands and met and everything, you know?
Can I just say, Mike Coulter, guy who plays Luke Cage, is so great.
Yeah.
He's a glorious man.
I feel like you have a specific story about that.
Of like why he's
why he's such a great man.
Well, I just think as a character, he just portrays the
as a character he's wonderful.
He's a big teddy bear. You know, like he's a tough guy, but he's like the sweetheart of Harlem.
Hell yeah.
And I love that, you know. And
he's a little bit less teddy bear in the comics, but
yeah, but I like the portrayal in the Netflix show a lot. I think it's cool because they're making him out to be like a character that kids can look up to.
That's true.
In that season, they make a big deal about that, and I like that.
I like that. I still like. I still really like hard ass Luke Cage though.
Yeah, no, I think and we do get moments of that too, obviously in the show. I'm sure we'll get more of that too, but.
He's kind of like, in the comics a lot, he's more of the guy that's like, someone will throw a punch at him and he'll catch him, he'll catch the fist, laugh at him, and throw him, you know?
Basically, yeah.
Like, I feel like we don't see enough of that. Like, he doesn't have as much personality, like, attitude. He's more of like,
well, he's got
Superman, you know, type thing.
I mean, kind of. I don't know. I do like the Netflix portrayal a lot, though.
I like it, but
I like all of the Netflix characters for the most part. I love Jessica. She's a really tortured character. Like, crazy tortured, and very interesting because she's relatable, because she's an asshole to people. like she's a major asshole to people, and it's
very relatable.
And it's so funny because it's like I remember, I feel like the first season of Jessica Jones, like her character is like the most realistic hero of any Marvel character, because she's just so done with everything. And that she just hates everything, and it's funny.
I feel like,
and Daredevil's great too.
I'll be honest. I feel like with a lot of the characters, Marvel makes them very realistic. Very like personal.
Netflix characters especially.
Yeah.
Big time.
Definitely. That's partially because they get a lot more screen time than
that's true.
The movie characters, but either way, they're all awesome. I love them all.
Yeah. And so to see them interact together, there was that one shot in the trailer that I thought was so great, where Daredevil's suited up and Luke is in his, I think he's wearing the yellow tee, and there's Jessica and Danny's wearing something that looks kind of like his classic Iron Fist thing, where he's got like a kind of like a green jacket thing going down over, and you can see his Iron Fist thing on his chest.
Yeah,
there's that shot for a second of them all lined up, and then they go into a fight. I was like, that was a cool shot.
He doesn't have like the headband thing, though.
No, he doesn't. I wish he. I don't know why that's so hard. I mean, for God's sake, you have Matt wearing that in the trailer.
Right.
Actually, it's Jessica's scarf that he's wearing over his head. I think that's funny.
That's funny.
I'm excited because like everything I hear about, like I love what I love about the Netflix shows is that they're so character driven, and these characters have very strong personalities, and they clash with other characters very well. And I'm excited because the showrunner for this is apparently the same from Daredevil season 2.
Really?
Which is great. And from what I see, Daredevil doesn't seem to be getting, like, it's not like it's Daredevil season 3 featuring the Defenders.
Yeah.
And I like that, but he gets enough, like, his character seems to be gotten, like, perfectly. Luke looks great, Jessica looks great.
Yeah.
And I didn't watch all of Iron Fist yet, but I like what they're doing with this character based on this trailer, because a lot of people were kind of down on Iron Fist, and I like how they're making him, like, the one guy who's, like, the glue in the team, who's all like, come on guys, we need to stick together, we're a team, we gotta fight this together.
Yeah.
I like that they're doing that, because that's almost like a, hey audience, like him, because he wants to see them all together too, and that's what you want, so like him, please. Watch season 2 of Iron Fist. We got rid of the first showrunner, it's a new guy now, please.
Do you think we'll see a Punisher appearance?
See, people have been saying that. I don't think so.
Really?
I think we're disappointed.
Aw.
I want it, I do, but I can't see how his situation is going to clash with theirs.
Yeah.
Just because he doesn't care about the hand. I mean, granted, he shows up literally at the end of season 2 of Daredevil for no reason to take on some people, the hand, from a distance to help Matt.
Yeah.
So they could, but he doesn't have a vendetta. I feel like now he's just going after mobsters. I think if anything, maybe like a short scene or a tease or acknowledgement of him out there doing stuff.
Possibly.
But I don't think we see him as like a main character or anything.
Dang.
Well, I mean, I'm not too
Yeah.
sad about that, because we're gonna get his show this
true.
year. I read somewhere that November is when it's supposed to drop, but nothing's been officially said, I don't think. So I don't think we get Punisher. I don't think we see more of Frank Castle until the Punisher show.
Dang.
Which I'm cool with, because oh my god, they showed off stuff from that show too at Comic-Con too, but they didn't release the footage.
Yeah.
But from what I read of what it looks like, it seems like it'll be great.
Really?
Yeah. I like John Bernthal as the role. I loved him a lot in The Walking Dead as Shane.
Yeah.
And so seeing him in this, I was like, oh, that's great.
He's a great Punisher.
But the Defenders, Sigourney Weaver.
Oh.
We didn't talk about her. She's playing like the big bad villain who
is she?
say
Who is she?
They say her
Who is
character's
she?
name is Alexandra, but that there might be a twist with her later on. So
A lot of
people are like,
people- you know
who
what-
is she gonna be? We don't know.
You know, a lot of people are actually speculating Mephisto.
I heard that too.
And
I was like, that
I'm
would
like,
be interesting.
It would
Mephisto
be
taking the
interesting,
form
but
of her.
the chances, like,
Yeah, I don't know.
Mephisto-
If so, that would be a good way to be like, hey, Ghost Rider's getting a Netflix show next, which
True.
I think would be great. I don't know how likely that is, because he was on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.,
yeah.
but, you know.
I'd watch a Ghost Rider
Yeah,
show.
I think she turns out to be somebody. I
maybe
think
not
by
Mephisto though. Like,
no,
I
maybe
don't
not.
know.
I don't know who she would be, but I think she's someone.
Mephisto's
or
such
she's
such a
connected,
huge and cosmic character.
or
I don't
she's
know.
like directly connected to somebody very important.
That's true. That could be. That could
like
be.
we think she's the big bad, but then like she's actually working for somebody else or something.
She's just
and
working
then-
for the big. She's the second big bad. You know?
or something like that. We don't know, but good casting. You know, just getting Sigourney Weaver in this.
Good cast her as like anything.
Yeah,
honestly.
right.
She's
Yeah,
such
right.
a great actress.
I know.
Like cast her Iron Man, Captain America.
And we have freaking
Ant-Man. Who knows?
yeah,
you know?
she should play Ant-Man.
Outplay him
Out Michelle Pfeiffer in Sigourney Weaver. I'm sorry.
every time. Cast her as
And we have
Thanos.
Elektra being her like right hand gal, like brainwashed, working for the Hand,
Oh.
which is cool because that was the thing in the comics where Elektra was like working for the Hand for a while.
Yeah.
And so that's what we get.
But
So I wonder if there's any other
it's
big
very-
villains
it's
that are
very-
hiding.
It's very complicated with Elektra.
Yeah. No, I know
She's-
it's always complicated with her.
It's always complicated with Elektra, but
Just ask Matt; he's well aware.
it's yeah.
That's what Matt Murdock's relationship status says on Facebook. It's complicated.
It's complicated.
I don't know anymore. I had a girlfriend. She died.
Now she's back.
I have another
alive.
one. She might die. This one, the one that I thought died, is back. She's evil now. Am I getting some anymore from her? I don't know. Maybe later. We'll see.
Very angry sex.
Yeah. Very. You think that's how the fight ends?
Just
It
final episodes, just
it
full 1 hour.
That's
just angry sex.
That's where we get the repeat of the Luke Cage Jessica Jones sex scene, but it's with Daredevil and Elektra. Same, like shot for shot, same thing.
Oh my god.
Anyway,
Please,
wow, this conversation turned very, very raunchy. But Defenders is cool, and it's coming out a couple weeks
Yeah.
from now.
Heck
So
yeah.
I'm looking forward to watching all 8 episodes immediately when it comes.
I'm wasting the whole 2 days.
Okay, did I tell you, every
sleep
single
for me.
Netflix show that has come out, with the exception of Iron Fist, I have binged within 2 days. I have seen all of it within 2 days.
No sleep for the shameless, Joe.
Basically, no. Basically, how it went with Daredevil Season 2, and I was so mad because I was on a trip. I was on a trip at the time that it came out, and I came back like 2 days later. I immediately hopped on Netflix after saying hi to my family. I hopped on, watched as much of it as I could, fell asleep, woke up, and immediately finished the rest.
That's funny.
Like, I watched half of an episode before I thought I should probably eat something. So that can tell you how excited I am for these things usually.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Heck yeah.
So, now our final bit of kind of news. And I'm interested to see what your take is on this, because a lot of people are reporting it as one thing, and I think it means something else than what people are thinking it means. I don't know if you've watched the Marvel show Legion, which is based on the X-Men stuff. I hear it's really great. I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
But it's about the son of Professor X. It's not said that it's his son yet in the show, apparently, I don't think. But he goes through like weird mind control things and visions and stuff, and there's like other X-Men characters that are probably never going to be in the movies or something. Like I think the Shadow King is his name or something. As a character.
I'll be honest, I don't follow X-Men too much.
Yeah, I have a ton of X-Men comics, and I've just never read most of them.
Really?
Yeah, I have a bunch in a box somewhere. I'm like, I should probably read these sometimes.
Someday.
But the showrunner, I forget what his name is, but the showrunner who's doing that, he's also doing another season of that. They did a big Marvel panel at the Fox stuff, I think. And he said there, they asked him, he's like, well, do you have any other plans? Do you think maybe you'll make an X-Men movie with Fox or something because you're so good at this? He's like, I'm not making an X-Men movie with Fox. And then he's like, no, as of now, I'm not making an X-Men movie with Fox. But he says, but I am working on something with Fox right now. And he said, I'm not allowed to say much, but I'll just say 2 words, Doctor Doom. And that was it. And so everyone's like, Doctor Doom solo movie, Doctor Doom getting his own movie. I'm like, I think it's possible this is just a Fantastic Four thing.
Possibly, yeah.
I think that's possible. But if it is just a Doctor Doom film, that's interesting.
You know what? He's such a great villain.
And we get another reboot of these characters. Because, god damn it. Did you see that last Fantastic Four movie?
We need a reboot.
I hated that one so much. Did you see it? I regret seeing it.
No, I didn't see it.
Don't see it.
Because I looked at the casting. I looked at the trailers, and I looked at the reviews like the day it came out, and I was like, no thanks.
I didn't think the casting was bad.
They were all kids.
I didn't like Jamie Bell. I thought he was weird for the Thing, though. I thought he was a really weird pick.
Which one's Jamie Bell?
The Thing. He was like kind of scrawny looking.
Yeah.
For Ben Grimm, I always imagine Ben as just this big guy who always protected Reed from bullies, you know.
Yeah,
I was like, well, okay.
I like the original casting.
From the 2005 film.
Yeah, the 2005 film.
Yeah, you know what? I think that and Rise of Silver Surfer are pretty underrated. I don't like that Galactus is a cloud, but I like what they did with the Surfer.
Yeah, I like what they did with the Surfer. But
and Doom in that, they didn't get Doom right in that, but that's still our best Doom.
Yeah, right.
Which is sad, because it's like, well, at least he looks cool.
Yeah, that was so terrible in that one.
Yeah, I don't know what they do with this. See, okay,
if they do it right,
here's my thing.
Please, just anything as long as it's right.
Here's my thing. I don't know. I know what you would logically do with a Doctor Doom movie. I don't know what Fox does with a Doctor Doom movie. Because, oh my god, are they so hit and miss for me with like everything that they do. Because I'd say for every good, like the X-Men movies, 1, okay,
right,
serviceable, good for the time that it came out, doesn't hold up very well. X2, great. X3, X-Men Origins Wolverine, what?
Right.
First Class, yeah! And then the Wolverine, yeah! Days of Future Past, okay!
Days of Future Past was very...
See, I didn't think it was as good as everybody thought it was. I was like, yeah, okay. Apocalypse, okay, what? And then Deadpool, whoa! And then the Fantastic Four was like, the new one especially was like, ah! So I'm at the point right now where Fox has so many things, I'm just like, I don't feel genuinely excited for any of these. And it's because I feel like I'm not even pumped up so much for Deadpool 2, and that's because I'm trying to keep my expectations low for these films. Because with X-Men, I love 2, I love First Class so much. I love Logan. And Deadpool's great. You see, the thing is, I feel like the movies that the Fox Studios themselves don't care about are the ones that are actually really good.
Yeah, that's funny.
Like Logan, Deadpool.
That's
you
funny.
know, and First Class.
You think because it's like because they kind of just like relinquish a little bit of control there,
right?
That's funny.
Because they give it to people who know what they're doing,
right?
And
they just don't.
See, I like this guy who's show running Legion because everything I see about the tone of that show and what they do, he'd be great for Doctor Doom. Because like the guy who's the main character in Legion is kind of a villain anyway, I think, or like they deal with villainous characters a lot in that, and I think he would do Doom really well. I just don't know, like plot line wise, what you could do, because like what I would think would be the thing would be about him getting his mother back from Mephisto, but they probably don't have the rights to Mephisto.
Yeah.
And that's a big thing in his backstory. So, what, is it just like daily politics of Latveria? I kind of watch that. Him sitting on his throne, just be like calling in the Doom bots and then talking about. I want to see 2.5 hours of Dr. Doom talking legislation. Honestly? And like getting on the TV and like talking to the people of Latveria.
That would be
okay
so
with
funny.
That.
Just the title of the movie is Daily Politics of Latveria. Man, I don't know what they. Dr. Doom.
I feel
Daily Politics of Latveria.
I feel like everybody's reporting it as it's a solo Dr. Doom movie just because he said 2 words Dr. Doom. It could just be a Fantastic Four thing, and I feel like that's probably more likely to be what it is.
Stop doing.
But here's the thing. I don't like. Yeah, I wish they would just be like, here you go, Marvel, you can have it.
We're trash. We know.
Because Marvel's got Ego and Ronin and the Watchers and the Skrulls.
Do they have?
They just need Silver Surfer and Galactus, and then Fox has nobody, basically, of the Fantastic. Well, not really, but you know, I want to see Fantastic Four done right because they're characters that I used to read the comics of a lot of them. Sad that Marvel doesn't publish them much anymore, just because they're being mean to Fox over the rights thing, which I understand that, but still, I love those characters a lot. I just think it sucks that we just haven't had a proper interpretation of them or Doctor Doom on screen. And if it is a new Fantastic Four movie and he dropped the hint saying Doctor Doom, I think that's a big mistake.
Yeah,
because this would be like the 5th film with Doctor Doom as the villain, and it's like, no, throw in Mole Man or the Puppet Master or frickin' Annihilus if you have his rights. Kang, because you apparently have him and the Avengers don't.
Really?
That's what I heard. Well, because he's supposed to be. I think he's supposed to be Nathaniel Richards, I think, and that's why they have him.
Really?
I don't know. It's weird. But yeah, so a Doom movie might be happening. I don't know what they would do with it.
Do they have Franklin Richards?
Yeah.
Sad.
Well, because he's their son, of course. Of course they do. So it's possible he might be developing a Fantastic Four thing, but yeah,
if he does,
probably is a Doom movie,
right.
I guess.
Do it right.
Then again, I mean, who knows how long, like how far into the future this is? You know, he could just be saying crap. You know, for all we know, this could easily just be early negotiations type thing.
Right.
Which I think that's probably what it is, and he just gave a little tease, you know. So yeah. I don't know if I have a whole lot more to say about that, just because I would love to see it done right, and I feel like at this point Fox probably doesn't give a damn about Fantastic Four. They just want to keep the rights. So them being like, here, do whatever you want, is probably a good thing.
Yeah, definitely. Yep. Have we even seen Dr. Doom as the leader of Latveria?
Frick no. How? How?
You guys can't see me right now, but I'm shaking my head so hard.
It's ridiculous. The closest we've gotten was in the 2005 one where he gets his mask from Latveria, and I think they say it was his home country or something, and then his body, for whatever reason, gets shipped there, and we see it for like a second in a castle in Latveria, and then he gets resurrected, and it's like, why is he in a castle? He's not a king. Not yet or anything.
So disappointing.
Yeah, so I would love to see Doom done right. That'd be great.
For sure.
So yeah, in terms of like Marvel movie news and stuff, that's pretty much it. We've covered it all. Bottom line, we're very excited about a lot of things.
Yeah.
I think Marvel did a really good job showing off some cool stuff for Comic-Con.
Oh, dude, I'm so pumped.
Me too.
Ooh.
Freaking the Scrolls, you know, the Defenders looks great. That
Captain Marvel.
Yeah, all that. And Michelle Pfeiffer as the original Wasp. So many cool things. So many cool things happening.
Yeah, that's gonna be cool.
It's great.
All right, I think I've said my piece.
Yep, and I definitely have too. So thank you all so much for watching, and let us know in the comments below what you think of Marvel announcements. Any good stuff going on? Anything that we missed possibly that you think are really cool? What do you think about what we talked about? What are your thoughts and opinions? We'd love to hear it. So thank you so much for watching.
Awesome, thank you guys.
Catch you later.